So the deadline for letters of interest to Alaska's Rural Health Transformation Program is this Wednesday. If you're applying to get a part of this $272 million grant and you're still figuring out what to put in that letter of interest, then keep tuned in, because I'm going to tell you what we've learned and what we've noticed across completing 6 of these applications for our clients. The first one is you have to be succinct. You can see that this form, a lot of the fields are 1,500 characters. The one for partners is only 500 characters. You really need to be succinct and let them know very strongly what you're going to do. And I think the best way to do this is through numbers. You really want to come into the facts and figures of your particular problem and how you're going to solve it. So be specific on the issue. Is rate of suicide 5 times the national average, for example, or is access to emergency care nil because of transport, lack of transport infrastructure? Put in the figures and then put in what your responses do. So you're going to increase it by 100% if it's nil. Oh, well, more than 100% because 0 into 100 is still 0. So you're going to increase it by X percent, or you're going to reduce rates of substance disorder by 20%. And here's how: we're going to employ 2 new behavioral health aids, etc. Problem with numbers, solution to numbers. Second is a lot of the language around this grant is about transformation and supporting other providers in the system. They want system transformation overall. They want all boats to be lifted by this rising tide. So be really pointed on how what you're proposing is going to help other healthcare providers in the system in general. So as a primary care clinic, let's say that you want to bring in a physician from the lower 48. How is that going to alleviate stress on emergency services or hospitals? Or if you're training a few new behavioral health aides, how is that going to alleviate pressure on behavioral health services at a psychiatrist, psychologist level? Talk about that, and they'll realize that this isn't just an investment in you or your program, it's an investment in the system as a whole. And the final point that I kind of want to stress here is this stage is about filtering. So the last webinar I went to, they said they had 150 applications made and 250 in draft. That's 400 in total. I think it's going to be a headache for them to give more than 100 grants. So there's going to be, 3/4 at least that miss out. What can you do at this stage to win? Well, it's not about how well that you can write, really. It's how you can show that your solution is different from the rest and solves a problem in a better way than the rest for your community. So how do you do that? Well, be innovative, be creative, integrate technology, present it in a way that's lined up to the evaluation criteria for this. So you go on to page 81 of the state's application to CMS and you'll see that criteria, and it's also on their website. They put an updated version for consultation. Be smart about this. Don't take it facetiously, because if you go in and rest on your laurels that you're an established provider and everyone knows you in your area, and you're going to do a simple program that you haven't put a lot of thought into, you might lose. You might not get a piece of these funds, and organizations that listen to this advice might get it because they want transformation. They realize that what's going on now isn't working. And I think a lot of new solutions providers may come in here and take the lunch of more established organizations that are within the system already. So be serious about this and get your thinking cap on before you submit that application. What do you do next after? Well, you might want a bit of help implementing. So you can reach out to me. We are helping with implementation and then also taking care of a lot of the boring admin stuff like compliance, reporting, audit, and procurement. If you want to learn more about that, then you can reach out to me. We're doing a bit of implementation support too with our clients, helping them do marketing, recruitment campaigns, consulting, strategy. We've got a big group of subject matter experts in our team and happy to help you along your way. If you need a bit of advice before you submit it, let me know. I'll give it for free. I'm happy to help you. So all the best and have a great day.